I haven't just manifested a group of soul friendships one time. This is the second time doing it because I've moved to 2 new places, 2 spiritual awakenings within that time. Oh my gosh, this lighting is terrible. Ah, so much better. Gosh, is this what I've been looking for? As per request, manifesting friends after a spiritual awakening. So when you grow through a spiritual awakening, if your friends didn't grow through it as well, and I say grow through it because it's like you are growing a lot in a spiritual awakening, it will seem quite difficult to relate and connect to them as much as you did before because you're actually not the same person as you were before you went through the spiritual awakening. And that's a good thing. We want to be growing, we want to be evolving, and sometimes that just means we grow apart from others. And that can be hard because if we've been friends with these people for years, we felt very close and connected to them, they're like, what the heck is going on with you? They're not really gonna understand. It's kind of like trying to explain skydiving to someone who hasn't gone skydiving. You can explain it, but like you only barely understand it with your mind. It's more of an experiential type experience than you can explain more cerebrally. I know it doesn't look good, but it's delightful. So you might actually be feeling quite lonely, misunderstood, down, because your old reality, your old past that was made up of your friendships isn't the same. And humans can have a hard time with change. Changing of what you know can be very scary for the mind and the ego. But you do not need to be scared here. The beautiful thing is when you let go, you make space to let in. And you might be like, I don't want to let go of my friends. I don't want to let go of my old friends. I'm not saying don't ever talk to them or don't ever call them or text them again. I'm saying let go of the old relationship. So that might mean you do not spend as much time with them. That might mean instead of going to the old activities you used to do, whatever they may have been, you're exploring different new activities where you'll meet new people. So you're letting go of old ways that are not even in alignment with you anymore. Like you're actually not even going to enjoy doing those old things anymore because the old version of you like that, and that's not who you are anymore. And the more you fight who you've grown into and who you've become, the more out of alignment you're going to feel. So you might as well just accept this, because when you let go, you will let in the friendships, the connections, the soul fam, the soul friends that are literally waiting for you too. You are not the only one who has gone through a spiritual awakening. There's other spiritual awakeners out there waiting for your friendship, waiting to go to yoga with you, do a meditation with you, go hiking, whatever your new ventures and interests may be. There are friends waiting for you. Tip number 1, honor your intuition. Honor your intuitive nudges and impulses. If you feel like, I want to go to this new coffee shop. I want to try this new yoga class. I want to go for a walk here. I'm going to go check this hike out. I'm going to attend this workshop. Go there. There are going to be people there and probably your new friends. And the cool thing, this is such a cool thing about making friendships after a spiritual awakening is you get so connected to them quickly. It's like you feel like you were friends with them your whole life. Like they feel like soul sisters, soul brothers. And it's just because it's a soul connection. It's not, I'm friends with you because we lived on the same street. I'm friends with you because we were in the same class. I'm friends with you because we went to high school together. Or friends because your souls attract each other. It's honestly the most beautiful connection and relationships. I still value my high school friendships. I value those long-term. Hold please. Hi, I'm just making a YouTube video. Say hello.
Hello.
This is an example of I'm doing a spiritual awakening, how to make friends, manifest friends after a spiritual awakening. Example, soul brother. How convenient. Oh, I know. I'll call you after. Back to our scheduled programming. Where was I? Still value my high school friendships, and even elementary friendships, absolutely. There's nothing that will take that history away. The feeling, the sensation of soul fam, soul friendships, and honestly too, like, have had friends from my past go through spiritual awakenings as well, and it's just brought us so much closer. It doesn't mean you're not gonna be friends with your old friends. It just means you're gonna welcome in different relationships and connections too. And we've become closer, my friends who've gone through spiritual awakenings, because you can talk about it, you can relate on it, and instead of like maybe more surface level conversations, they're deeper conversations and more meaningful conversations, which you really do crave after a spiritual awakening. Like I cannot, surface level, I'm just like, no, I don't want to just talk about the weather, like the weather. Let's talk about manifesting the weather. We're gonna talk about the weather, you know? I can't. Tip number 2, call in your soul fam. Not like, hey, universe. I mean, if you like to pretend you're calling on the phone, I literally will go to my window, and I still do it, even though I have manifested an incredible group of soul sisters and soul brothers. So I'll go to the window and call in, because it's like I'm putting it out into the world. So that's why I go to the window, calling in my soul fam, my soul friends. Draw them to me, attract them to me. I find them, may they find me. You know, make it your own, like the declaration that you're putting out into the world. And declarations are very powerful. It's like, this is how my reality gets to work. Universe, meet me there type thing. So it's like, I'm calling you in. And literally, as soon as I started doing that, it was insane how quick an incredible group of people like formed around me. I went through another spiritual awakening. Didn't know you could go through more than one. And a whole new and even more soul fam and soul friends came in, because, you know, your soul upgraded and up leveled. Tip number 3, you may have to let go of toxic relationships first before the universe will gift you the ones that are meant for you. Oh my gosh, I just saw 1111 on my camera. Everybody, let's make a declaration right here, right now, unified together. Ooh, yes! Bursting that out from my heart. And let's all solidify that together. Say, may all your manifestations come true. We want to put those vibes out together here. We're in this together. So like I said, you do not need to let go of all your friendships. But now that you've gone through a spiritual awakening, you can see things differently. You can see friends who were manipulating you, friends who were using you, friends who aren't for your highest and greatest good now. Coming back to the letting go to let in, this happened to me. I had a very toxic friendship that I didn't want to let go of, because sometimes we just would rather not be alone and just be surrounded by toxicity so that we're not alone. That is something you need to address. You might be alone for a little bit. And however long that is, that's just how long you're meant to be alone. It might be a day, a week, a month. I was only alone for about a month, I would say, because I moved to a new city. So I literally didn't have any of my old high school friends. I didn't have any of my friends I met when I went through my first spiritual awakening. So I was literally starting from ground zero. I haven't just manifested a group of soul friendships one time. This is the second time doing it, because I've moved to 2 new places, 2 spiritual awakenings within that time. And I've literally like put the declaration out and called in my soul fam, soul friendships in each city. And it actually did happen really quite fast. The second time, I was probably alone for about a month. And it is grueling, because you're like, am I gonna be alone forever? No. The loving presence that put you here means you belong here. So because you belong here as humans, we're meant to connect. You are going to connect. But sometimes at first you have to connect with yourself. You have to connect with these things that being alone is bringing up. And that might be fears and limiting beliefs and worries for you to shift, for you to be okay with being alone, because maybe you were a needy friend, maybe you have anxious attachment style, and to clear that before your soul friends come in, because you're not gonna have that type of relationship with these new soul friendships. If you feel like that sounds like you, check out this video on how to clear anxious attachment style. It might actually be here. I never know where to point. I should really focus and figure that out. But up here somewhere, how to clear anxious attachment style, because this is really programmed from childhood. So spiritual awakenings are great because you start to see parts of you that were subconscious, parts of you that you didn't realize were happening, running in the back of your mind, and now you have that awareness and you can shift. You can't shift anything you're not aware of. There's a ton of more support on subconscious clearing and limiting beliefs and whatnot on my channel, so definitely check those out. At the end of the video, I will share that with you. Tip number 4, be yourself. Before your spiritual awakening, you were probably maybe a bit of a people pleaser. Maybe you could like morph into like being a certain person, how you think this group would like you or how you think you should fit into the group. You don't gotta do that anymore. You just get to be your whole weird, unique, special, loud, quiet, however it is, self. And that is how you attract your soul fam and soul friendships, because they love you. You, all of you, your whole authentic self. You don't gotta act or be a type of way that isn't you, because your soul fam, your soul friends love you, want the real you. And how relieving is that? That your love for you. And last but not least, do not discount internet friends, online friends. And I'm not saying go get catfish here by no means, but honestly, I have friends that I've met through my clinical hypnotherapy program online that I talk to every week and consider friends, and I have never met them in person. When you meet a soul friend or they're part of your soul fam, you can feel the energy and the connection through time and space. That can be so super supportive if they're not physically in your life yet. Obviously, you have to trust your intuition and use your discretion. If you keep putting the call out, I'm calling in my soul fam, I'm calling in my soul friends, you will get the intuitive nudges where to show up, where they are. And trust me, they are on their way. They are waiting for you. They are asking for you too. If you've gone through a spiritual awakening and you've made new friends, definitely leave some comments below and tips for others if I might have missed any. We're all in this together. I really want to create such a safe space here on my channel for us to connect. I love connecting with you. And consider me as a friend. This is why I create for you. So lots of love, already celebrating your soul fam coming into your life. Mwah.